Solo Leveling, Ragnarok. By Dang Du. Chapter 4. Suho was in complete shock. The beast was encased in a black exoskeleton, as dark as the steam sizzling off its body. Its dark exterior resembled a giant ant with wings. The black steam constantly swirled around its entire body like a shadow shaken by light. A series of memories flashed inside Suho's head as he looked at the magic beast. Could it be the beast I saw in my dream? He was certain that he knew the creature. The numerous ant-like beasts that had appeared in his dreams long ago, and their formidable leader looked exactly like the dark creature. To his surprise, the beast suddenly approached Suho and knelt on one knee before him. "Young monarch. I, Baru, am here now. You are in safe hands." "What?" Suho looked utterly confused. He had no idea what was happening. The beast was so massive that he had to look up to it despite it kneeling. Before Suho could respond, the creature's demeanor suddenly changed. It had noticed Suho's condition. The wolf's attacks had left his body battered and bruised. The beast raised its head, looking like it was ready to kill. "This lowly scavenger dares to bite His Highness? I'll tear its wretched mouth apart." A terrifying roar erupted from the creature's mouth that shook the entire building, and in a split second, the world transformed into hell. A murderous aura swirled over the ant beast's body. Meanwhile, the massive wolf, crushed under the black magic beast's foot, exerted every ounce of energy to lift its head. Having succeeded, the wolf attacked Baru's leg with a vicious bite. Baru's head sharply arrowed down at the wolf. "Unbelievable. Who does this little pup think he is?" The darkness steamed off its body as if it was boiling, and with dazzling speed, the beast swept the enormous wolf aside and smashed into it. The giant wolf was sent tumbling backward, shrieking. Baru, moving faster than the speed of the tumbling wolf, overtook his target and pinned the enormous beast to the ground. He grabbed each of its hind legs with both arms and tore the wolf's body in two. With a horrifying scream, black blood splattered in all directions. It was no longer a battle but a one-sided slaughter, the brutality of a predator. The overwhelming predator trampled over the wolf's carcass and let out a frenzied roar once more. The Ant King's bloodthirsty energy froze the bodies of the hunters who had just entered the first floor of the art gallery. "What in the world is this energy?" They said this was a D-grade dungeon. Shock and terror overwhelmed them. The building felt like it could collapse at any moment, shaking violently. But for some reason, Suho wasn't afraid of the brutal magic beast. Instead, the creature felt nostalgic. It evoked a scent from a memory long cherished in his heart. What was it? "It's on the tip of my tongue. Ant. An ant." Suho tried to remember. Inside the faint memory, he could hear the voice of a newborn baby happily drawing ants on a sketchbook. "Who? Arg." Suho was suddenly hit by a severe headache. It was a bewildering situation, but he knew one thing for certain. Despite everything, it seems like I'm still alive. Health stamina, 1140. Thud. Eventually, all the tension within him was released, and he collapsed on the floor. "Oh, no. Your Highness? Your Highness? Wake up." The creature dropped everything at once and rushed to his side. The beast's embrace felt incredibly warm to Suho. Even while losing consciousness, a smile crept onto his face. Ding. Quest, Rescue the Survivors has been completed. Rescued, 33. Level up. Suho found himself in a dream. It was a dream of a newborn baby receiving a piggyback ride from an ant. The baby was giggling as if something was making him incredibly happy, and when the baby laughed, the ant also laughed. Wherever the baby went, there were always ants. An ant that tied on an apron and helped give the bottle to the baby, an ant that helped with counting, and an ant that tucked the baby in before taking a nap with him. If by any chance an ant was not in sight, the baby would cry loudly. Then in an instant, ants would appear, shaking toys to soothe him. As if he had never been upset, the baby would stop crying and go back to giggling. The ant with the apron from the dream approached the baby with teary eyes, ready to burst at any moment. Your Highness, when did you grow up to become so splendid? I, Baru, your humble servant, am simply overwhelmed with admiration. The baby suddenly changed into Suho, a full-grown adult of 22, and stood in front of the ant. Baru. It was a name Suho had engraved into his heart. Baru, the ant, looked at him with admiration as he wiped away his tears. My original purpose in coming here was to unseal you, Your Highness. However, it seems you have already broken the seal with your own will. How befitting of your title, the young monarch. Sobbing, tears flowed like a faucet from Baru's eyes, clearly moved by the reunion. However, the seal hasn't been completely undone. The most important aspects are still stored here. Baru rummaged through his belongings, then pulled out an item. Ding. Item, key to the Shadow Dungeon, has been obtained. Shadow Dungeon? What is this? The sudden message increased Suho's confusion. But he was still in a dream. Suho's voice didn't reach Baru at all. The ant firmly placed the key in his hand and said, "Once your heart is ready, please use this key whenever you wish. Inside, you'll find everything that should have been yours from the beginning, Your Highness." After speaking, Baru knelt on one knee, grasping Suho's shoulders with both hands. However, please keep one thing in mind. He spoke again with a solemn tone but reached out a tender touch. Baru's eyes, each filled with contrasting emotions, gazed directly at Suho. Possessing great power requires great character. When one isn't ready to hold the great power bestowed, the weight of it will shatter the proverbial plate their character. Great power requires great character. Suho contemplated each word carefully. Meaning, that you must increase the level of your plate. Baru's expression sharpened, forming a mischievous smile. With a small grunt, he picked himself up and courteously bowed his head. Your Highness, my mission ends here. My wish is to stay by your side and protect you for a bit longer, but my fellow warriors eagerly await my return. He then narrowed one eye. I may not seem like one, but I'm one hell of a healer. A healer? Did he say he was a healer? It was one of the most absurd things Suho had heard of late. It is here I bid you farewell. Until the day we meet again, please take care. May you stay in good health. Baru's faint voice began to echo into the distance. Wait. I still have questions. Suho desperately called him back, but his voice never left his lips. That was when Suho woke from his dream. Hold on, an ant? Suho rose up immediately and scanned his surroundings. The wall was illuminated, and the room smelled like disinfectant. An air of tranquility surrounded him. Oh my! Are you awake? The nurse, who was tending to his foredrip, glanced at Suho. Where am I? You're at the hospital. Don't you remember? A dungeon appeared at your school. Was it all a dream? Suho had awakened from his dream but still felt dazed for quite some time. Where exactly does the dream begin and end? The ant? The dungeon? Or is everything up to leveling up? Just when nothing seemed to make sense, the television in his hospital room showed a news report. 2 days ago, the gate incident that occurred at Hanguk University is currently in the final stages of resolution. Despite a dungeon break occurring in the heart of the city, experts are puzzled by the miraculously low casualty count. It's been 2 days already? It seemed like the events that had occurred at the art gallery weren't from a dream after all. Then, was the dream about my childhood also real? Fond childhood memories of the days he spent playing with giant ants flooded back to him. He wondered how he'd forgotten such cherished memories. When Suho recalled the ant from his dream, he felt a sense of sadness. He left before we could even have a conversation. Suho raised his head to find some floating text waiting for him. Quest, Rescue the Survivors has been completed. You've received rewards for completing the quest. Would you like to confirm the rewards? Y/N. Confirm. Suho chose to confirm without hesitation. Considering that his life had been at risk numerous times, it was only fair to check the reward he was given. You have the following rewards. Reward 1, Ability Points +5. Reward 2, strength stat points plus 3. It gave me 8 stat points? Suho was surprised by the generous rewards. It appeared that with each level earned, all his stats increased by 1 point each. So, being given an additional 8 stat points was significantly more than simply leveling up. Risking my life for the greater good does come with its upsides after all. Suho immediately checked his status window. Status window. Name, Sung Suho. Level, 3. Job, none. Title, none. HP, 140 of 140. MP, 1414. Stats. Strength, 15. Health/stamina, 12. Agility, 12. Intelligence, 12. Sense, 12. Available ability points, 5. Skills. Passive skills, none. Active skills, Ruler's Authority, level 1. There were more additional features compared to the dreams he had in high school. Back then, only his level was displayed without any specific status windows. Which stat should I raise? His strength stat had increased automatically by 3, and he wondered where he could allocate his remaining ability points. Suho carefully examined the other stats instead of investing the remaining stat points recklessly when an information window appeared before him. Information. Strength, a stat that enhances strength and speed. Increases attack power. Agility, a stat that enhances visual acuity and physical reaction speed. Increases reflexes and evasion rate. Health/stamina, a stat that increases the maximum HP and recovery speed. Intelligence, a stat that enhances the maximum MP and recovery speed. Sense, a stat that heightens the 5 senses. Increases crisis detection ability. Having read them all, they all sounded equally important. I should think it over a bit more and decide later. Once Suho turned off the status window, he suddenly realized that his throat was dry. Come to think of it, he had been unconscious for 2 days without a sip of water. He opened the small refrigerator by the hospital bed in search of water. Clunk. But inside was... What the? Suho looked utterly confused. To his surprise, he found Baru, shrunk down to the size of a fist, cutting an apple. It's you. You found me. Baru, level 1, normal grade. Baru's colossal body had become incredibly small and adorable. He extended the apple with an embarrassed look. The fruit was shaped like a rabbit. I couldn't go back because I ran out of mana. Suho stared at him in silence.